Hey guys, it's Michelle Pippin and I'm here for day 21 of our 31-day challenge. We have been staying strong with this. I appreciate everyone who's been part of this challenge, who's been taking action on this challenge, reporting success, and even catching up. So I really appreciate that. And if you are not seeing this live, then you might want to go back through and look at all of the different videos. And I also have sort of an overview video. But welcome here, welcome from womenwhowow.com, welcome from PlanetWOW.club. Excited to be moving on to a day focused on sort of the question of where are all the clients, like where did all the clients go? And I wanted to just kind of tell you sort of where this part of the challenge came from. This book is it looks like it's all yellowed and stuff. I've had it for a long time, but it says There Are No Children Here. And it's a book about the inner cities and specifically a few neighborhoods in Chicago that I read a long time ago. And the book sort of goes into, you know, where do we lose our children in these inner cities? What's happening that kind of changes the course of these kids' lives, and sort of what makes them grow up so fast, what kind of makes their childhood disappear. And so it's really a fascinating read. And I think of it often because just as the violent projects as in this book in Chicago, kind of choke out childhood, sometimes our businesses, the way we design them, the way we work them, the way we build them sort of chokes out sales and clients. And so sometimes I feel like any of us could write a book about our business, our market, or industry with the title, you know, There Are No Clients Here, or There Are No Sales Here. And in order to remedy this, we really have to identify the holes in our sales funnel. Now, you might be thinking that you don't have a sales funnel, and that's okay. You know, at least you might be thinking you don't have a sales funnel the way the gurus, you know, show you to have a sales funnel, and they're super fancy, like whiteboards. That's fine. You really do have a sales funnel, so that's the good news. You know, the first thing is, I just kind of work through the sales funnel that I know that you have. All of us have it. First, there's the awareness, right? Like you're doing something to become known in your industry, right? You're showing up to parties, you're blogging, you're networking, whatever. So, you know, first there's the awareness. Then your market actually meets or runs into you or digitally becomes aware of you somehow. And we're going to call this the introduction part of our funnel. So we've got awareness, we've got the introduction. And then they get to know you somehow. Like maybe you're offering to meet them for coffee, or they're touring your showroom, or they're getting a series of emails from you, or they're reading your book. I'm going to call this the indoctrination part of the funnel. This is where they kind of get a little, they're already aware of you, and now they're trying to get to know you a little bit. And then they somehow acknowledge a need for your help, your product or your service, or an interest, and a discussion ensues. You know, this is what we call the discussion part of the sales funnel, and it's where an offer is made. And then and then of course you have to follow up, but we all have this kind of a funnel at work in our business, even if it's not deliberately choreographed, the way, like I said, the way people, you know, put it on the whiteboard and all of this. People generally, regardless of your industry or what your business sells, like they go through this sort of awareness, introduction, indoctrination, discussion, offer, and follow-up. That's sort of how the sales funnel plays out. It's just the most basic sales funnel. The challenge that we have is to look at each part, and our challenge today is to look at each part of our existing sales funnel and look for leaks or holes. Let's really look for where all the clients and all the profit and all the sales are going. Where are we losing people? And we don't often enough drill down into these specifics. Typically when money is an issue or sales are an issue, then we think we need more leads. We need more leads. We need more leads. Like, you know, but we never really follow leads through our sales funnel to say, you know what? I'm not suggesting you don't get more leads. Like we always want to be doing something every single day to make more and more people aware of us, to expand our territory. But we don't want to. Hey, Melanie. Hey, Rachel. I'm not sure who else is watching live because it says if I want to know, I'd have to swipe left, and I don't want the camera to fall. But anyway, so we don't often go through this in a really, really deliberate way, to where we're following people through our funnel. There's no real point in bringing a ton more leads into a funnel like, let's think of it as water in a garden hose, right? There's not a lot of benefit to if the hose has tons of holes in it and we're trying to water the garden. It's like more water is just going to keep falling out of the holes. And the same thing kind of is the case for our sales process. So if you want maximum profit and ultimate freedom in your business, we are going to have to plug the holes in our sales funnel. And that way we know how many more leads we need. And we also know that we're being good stewards of the leads that we have. That's really, really important. And so, so I just want to kind of take you through a few questions for the challenge. Let's look first at the awareness, right? This is where most people default. And I don't want you to stay stuck there. So in the awareness, are enough of the right people aware that you exist? And I will be the first to say that my sales funnel is converting pretty well. I am hungry for more and more people to know that Women Who Wow exist, right? That we're an option, and that we, you don't have to kind of settle for like the business as usual networking events or women's events and women's groups and digital memberships. And, I want more and more people to know it's a massive, massive push in the Women Who Wow office. So, it's okay, but we don't want to stay there. We don't just want to assume we need more leads. We want to make sure that we follow them through this process. So could be that you need more people to be aware of you. And if so, you need to increase some awareness marketing. But maybe we are a little bit further down into the sales process. Maybe not enough people who are aware of you are saying, I want that, right? I want that. And so just to use my own business as an example, maybe, I don't know, 8 months ago, 9 months ago, I knew I wanted more awareness for Women Who Wow, but before I really put all of my effort into that, I kind of did the same process for myself. And a lot of people were going to the womenwhowow.com website and they were not joining for $37 a month, right? This is supposed to be a no-brainer kind of fee for all the value that we provide. And so I'm thinking anybody who is looking at this and then literally walking away without paying $37 a month, I didn't get it, right? And I had to take a really long, hard look at my copy that I loved. I loved the copy, but it wasn't converting. And so rather than just pour more leads onto a website that's not converting, I had to kind of get to this question I'm asking you. Are the people aware of you, but they're not saying, yeah, I want part of that, right? They're not saying I want more. And so I had to change that before I put more leads in there. So maybe you need more awareness, fine. Maybe you need to really work on your indoctrination. Like, so if you're getting a decent amount of traffic, but only a teeny tiny minuscule percentage of people or signing up for your newsletter or scheduling an appointment or joining or whatever, then you might want to work on the introduction part of your funnel and make it stronger, more concise, more compelling, right? This was something that was hard for me to do with WOW because I loved what I had on the site 8 or 9 months ago, and I loved it more than I love what I have on this site now, but it wasn't converting and I had to change it. So maybe it's awareness, maybe it's an introduction, but maybe you have people on your list, and I hear this a lot. They are on your email list and they're just never signing up, even for like your free sales conversations or your free serving hours, or, they're never really moving beyond the introduction to your work. They're just kind of sitting around. You want to work on the indoctrination process. You want to make it stronger. You want to make it more relational. You want them to kind of come into like a little bit closer into your business and a little bit closer to your heart so that they can know how you can help them, and you become more than just a person who emails them every once in a while. So if you have people on your list and they're like just unresponsive, that's okay. I want you to work on that process. I want you to re-indoctrinate them, to wake them up. Some people are going to unsubscribe. That's okay, right? But you do want to wake them up and invite them a little bit closer to your business so that they feel comfortable and confident making a decision to work with you. Yeah, so Melanie says, cool key point. This is within my power. And so it's a clear assessment. Absolutely. We can, all of this is within our power, right? I'm not so much into the, for me, I feel like hoping and praying is a spiritual strategy, not a business strategy. And so as much as possible, we want to make sure that we are keeping the ball in our court as much as possible, right? We want to design, orchestrate, choreograph our sales funnel so that as much as possible is within our power, right? So good. So we've got, if it's awareness, get some more awareness. If it's an introduction, make sure that initial, when they go to your site or they walk into your store, that there's something there to make them raise their hand and say, hey, I want to go further here. If people are on your list and they're not buying, they're not signing up even for your freebie kind of stuff, you need to work on your indoctrination process. Bring them closer to you. For me, it's like, it's important for me to know, people say, I don't want to email my list because they might unsubscribe. They might, right? And the wrong people will absolutely unsubscribe. That's okay, right? It gives you a lot more time to focus on the people who are absolutely perfect for you. And so let me go back to my notes. Okay, so are people sitting down with you for a sales discussion, right? They're discussing what they need and you're proposing something to them. Then it's something that they're like, you're offering a certain ways to work with them and they are walking away, right? And they're disappearing. Then you need to work on your offer, your discussion process, right? Sometimes you just need to offer them more than one option. Other times, you might want to make your offers a lot more compelling, right? Unreasonably good. This is where we built with womenwhowow.com. I went through and I really just wanted to make it unreasonable. $37 a month? Unreasonable value. That's what I wanted to create. And so sometimes it's like going back to your offer and saying, how can I make it stronger? How can I, for a lot of times, by the way, it's not what you can add to the offer. It's what you can pull out of the offer, right? It's what you already know you're giving, but can you create language to call it out, right? Can you create language to call out all the aspects of what you give? That's really fun, actually. So if you're looking at, okay, I'm sitting down, I'm proposing to work with people and they're disappearing or they're saying no or not right now or let me think or maybe in 4 months. And by the way, people who are more for like, let me get back to you in this time, this February, March. When they do come back to me, I refer them out. Right? I don't work really well with very, very patient people who are waiting for the right timing and all of that. And so that's kind of, I guess, beside the point. But you want people who are right for you to know that the offer is exactly for them. So spend some time there. And then, if people are disappearing and you've already worked on your offer part and you feel like it's amazingly strong, and then you want to work on your follow-up process, right? One of the things that I love is following up with people. And one of the things I hate is when people don't follow up. And I'm not perfect at this, but I'm relational with it, which matters, right? I'm relational with it. If you and I have talked and we've had a discussion about your business or how I can help you, the same as if a friend is talking to me about problems with fertility or problems in her marriage, like I'm not going to just ignore it, right? I'm not going to never bring it up again. That's freaking weird. And it's not really service oriented and it's not really relational. It doesn't say that I care. And so when you reveal like a problem in your business for me or a struggle that you're having, the friend in me is going to follow up with you. Hey, did you get that worked out? Right? What's going on with that right now? And if we work together, great. But if we don't, I'm still following up with you because that's what friends do, right? And you want your funnel to feel like friends, right? You want people to feel like you are following up with them because you care, right? Because you do care. And so anyway, so that's it. So if you want to look at your sales funnel in pieces to determine what you can strengthen, right? Because we don't want to just pour more leads in a system that is leaking profit and potential in clients, right? We want to plug those leaks in that sales funnel. Don't just say you want to learn more leads or earn more leads. Follow the last few leads through your sales funnel and figure out where the holes are in your specific system, and then I want you to plug them. Okay, so thank you guys. Let me see what the comments are. Carol says, you've told me this before. I think the relational aspect is a point of constant reevaluation. I think that's the case for all of us, Carol. Absolutely. Lisa says, desperately need to redo my indoctrination series. It's outdated and not representative. Absolutely. This is something we can always work on. I recommend having sort of a regular date with your business. I don't always do this with my business, kind of looking at my lead-ins and my lead magnets and my indoctrination series. Unfortunately, I kind of go to this when I realize like it's not working as much anymore. But we do want to have sort of a habit of going after these and making sure as we evolve as people, as our message evolves, as it becomes bolder, as it becomes less apologetic, as it becomes so much more authentic, we need to go back through sort of the inner workings of our business and make it line up so that everything is in alignment. When everything's in alignment, like things just kind of flow. And I'm sitting here with like this image in my mind of these, you know, if you ever are looking at sort of some engineering kind of videos or whatever, and they have these little different parts and everything, and it's like a dam. Every little part's a dam, but when they all hook up, then the water just flows right through. And so, anyway, it's a really good analogy, right? We need everything to be in alignment and relational and powerful and compelling. And this is absolutely something that is within our power. And so the challenge to you today is to look at your funnel, go through this video, and, you know, go with your gut first. Like, where do you think you might be not being a great steward of the leads that you do have? What can you improve? What can you make stronger? And yeah, and so we just need to move on from there. And tomorrow we are talking about creating a competition-free zone. And it can be done for your business. It should be done for your business. And it's really fun to operate in a competitive vacuum. It is absolutely very cool. And I want all of us to have that. So that's tomorrow. Appreciate you being here. Catch up on the videos if you're not caught up. And I'll see you again tomorrow. And that will be probably at 9:45 Eastern, 9:45 a.m. Eastern, because I've got a 10 o'clock appointment. See you guys later. Bye.